What's up guys, welcome back to another video and welcome back to chapter 2 of budget electric skateboards. It is super hot today, it's 31 degrees Celsius, you can work that out what that is in Fahrenheit, and today we're looking at the POSSWAY T2.
I'm the Terminator!
Now, really quickly before we go and ride, I want to make this a under 8-minute video. I have said no to this board a number of times because it was very much a repop of a couple other boards I looked at. It had the same enclosures as the Lycaon GR, the same enclosures as the TMG H20, H20T, and there was just nothing really original except for the name about it. Well, the 2022 model is very different, it's very individual, they've got new enclosures and what I rate to be a really nice deck. So let's get the board, let's get the helmet, let's hit the track. I'm going to tell you all about it and why I think this is probably one of the better choices for an electric skateboard under $500 US today. Let's do it. All right guys, let's ride the POSSWAY T2. Here it is here. Now what you'll see straight away is a really nice micro drop down at the front and rear. And also if you look at the edges, it has a little bit of concave. Nothing major, but it does have a little bit, which makes me very happy. Now, who is this board for straight away? Well, this is not for advanced riders. This is really an entry level or a beginner electric skateboard. It's something that you want to get into the sport and you don't have a lot of money to spend. This could be a very good choice. Now a little bit about the deck. The deck is really strong with very little flex. It's 8 layers of maple with 1 layer of bamboo. So that's 101 kilos on there right now. And as you can see, I'll just get up here, 101 kilos and there is not much flex going on. Next up, let's talk about acceleration. As I said in the beginning, this is a beginner friendly board. This is not for an advanced rider. So the acceleration is still quite soft. That's a nice way of putting it. It's not super aggressive and it's not going to win any 0 to 100 competitions. 100 meters, not kilometers per hour, obviously. I'm going to do full acceleration now and just let you watch. Here we go. This is full acceleration in pro mode with 90, let's say 96% battery. 3, 2, 1. So as you can see, we're climbing 14, 15, 18, 19, 22, 23. But it's not breakneck speed. It's very smooth. Hence why I said this is good for a beginner. Now the brain of the board, the ESC, it is a Lingy ESC, but it's a lot smoother than the old ones. Now I did open it up to have a look because it feels very similar in smoothness to the new Fock Lingys that Meepo are using. Now obviously I actually don't know what I'm looking for in there, but it does look completely different from the older Lingy ESCs that were very jerky. This is very smooth and does feel very much like a Hobbywing ESC. Okay, let me show you the brakes really quickly on a downhill. I've set them to the high mode and it is comfortably stopping me on a decline, which is nice, but it's still smooth. Now let's move on to the trucks and I guess the bushings. This has a really nice organic carve to it. It doesn't feel like boxy or squarey like some of the cheaper boards do. This has a really nice rounded feel to it. So you can have a really nice bit of fun and get a really nice semi-deep carve. It's just a reverse kingpin, it's not double or traditional, but it still feels really nice and you can have a lot of fun with it. I've got these exactly how they came out of the box with no adjustment, and to be honest, this is how I would leave them. To follow on from the handling, let's talk more about the deck. Now, something I really like about this is the fact that they've added this micro drop at the front and rear. and it has the slight concave for toe and heel. Now if you look at my foot placement, I'm an 11 US, or a size 11 US, and this fits my foot perfectly. This is exactly where I want to be when I'm riding and carving. Now let's address the wheels. The T2 comes standard with the 90mm urethanes, obviously hub on the rear and 78A durometer on the front, and they feel nice. We're cruising along here. I mean, granted this is quite a smooth road. We're on 38 kilometers per hour there, and I've got no concerns at all. Now this board can take the new honeycomb wheels that Walgo is using and a few other brands, and you can buy them on their website for actually quite cheap, like a tiny little bit over $100 US dollars. But you can also get those wheels standard if you buy the T3. So the T2 comes like this. The T3 is the exact same board, I think, from looking at the specs, but it comes with the honeycomb wheels already fitted. And there is 42 kilometers per hour. One of the weaknesses of this board, and I will address it at the end of my SWOT analysis, is the hill climbing. Now, it doesn't surprise me it can't climb hills very well because of that very smooth takeoff, even in power mode. It doesn't have much low down torque on that sort of first 10% of the acceleration curve. Sorry, tight circle there. So therefore that really does suffer on the hill climb. But again, this is under 500, it's 460 bucks I think, with a 10S 3P battery. I guess you do get what you pay for, but it will climb hills. Remember, I'm 100 kilos. So if you're 70 kilos, you're gonna fly up the hills a lot faster and a lot further than I can. But if you buy this for what it is, as like a beginner commuter skateboard that's gonna get you to the office, it's probably gonna get you 20 kilometers at a guess. It's a pretty good solution. Hear that? Gagunk, gagunk, gagunk. That's the only downside for having street wheels when you're somewhere that has corrugations. Ready? Listen. It sounds like I'm being chased by a horse. As we head back to the car, let's do the SWOT analysis on the T2 from POSSWAY. I forgot the name of the board for a second. Right, so strengths, as we always do, SWOT analysis, strengths. The price point, the deck, the smoothness, the battery, 10S 3P. These are all strengths for a $450 or $460 electric skateboard. The handling is really nice. The way the deck feels on your feet. The trucks carve really well. Without exaggerating, probably some of the nicest budget electric skateboard trucks that I've tried in probably the last 12 months. Now let's talk about weaknesses really quickly. What are the weaknesses on the board? Well, the torque is very low. That low down torque, when you're first taking off, the torque is a little bit low, and that in turn delivers not very good hill climbing ability for someone my weight. And just remember, this board can take up to 150 kilos because of that super strong maple and bamboo deck. So if you're lower, you'll have a lot more torque. You'll be able to climb hills a lot better than I can. All right, let's move on to opportunities. And there isn't really many opportunities for a board of this price range. The one thing I would say is it would be nice to have a slightly better cell, or a brand name cell, I should say. Just nice to have that assurance of, you know, the cycle rate, that sort of thing. Yes, this is probably gonna do well. It's gonna do what you need it to do for the price. But as an opportunity, it would be nice to see a brand name cell. It has a really nice deck, like legitimately, the drop downs feel great. It carves really well, surprisingly well. Probably one of the best carving budget boards I've ever tried. The motors are nice. The ESC does need a little bit more torque, but again, it's super smooth and designed for a beginner rider. All right guys, let's end it there. Did I keep it to 8 minutes?
No, you did not.
I feel like I did. maybe?
Not even close.
Before we end, just a reminder about the 10,000 sub giveaway. Every new subscriber, we're one closer to giving away a brand new electric skateboard delivered to your door free of charge. Yeah, let's end it, guys. The POSSWAY T2 has actually surprised me. As I said, I did say no initially to their first couple of models because it was just, there was nothing really new or special about it. The 2022 model, however, they have revamped it. It's new enclosures, new deck. It feels like a new ESC, 10S3 battery. It really has impressed me. Sorry guys, let's end it there. Skate safe, wear a helmet, and we'll see you on the next video. Yo!
Scotty. Who's Scotty?